Hi, this is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Well, I'm excited to show you 3 cards I recently picked up over the past few months. For me, big boy cards, cards I've always wanted to add to the collection, just happen to be available over the past few months. One of them is a Grail card I've always wanted. The second one is I'm going to show you is I would call it a painfully rare card. And the third one's definitely not rare, but it's a great example of a buy the card, not the grade. And before I do that, one thing, it's kind of in what I try to do, and just naturally, is change my focus here and there. And I've been recently looking at some of my old sets and thinking maybe I should kind of change out some of the beaters and have some that look more presentable, especially if I want to show them off. So I've been doing that. I've been kind of starting with the 1970 top set and replacing some cards. I recently picked up some cards from Greg Morris, who's on eBay, a legit company. And also working on my 62 set that I own, just replacing some of those beaters. As you know, the post serial cards were cut right off the box, and many of them are that I own. I didn't cut them off the box, but man, they're in pretty bad shape. So trying to replace some of them that look a lot better than the ones I do own. So it is kind of cool, and I'm sure you can let me know if every once in a while you guys do change focus in the hobby. I'm still, into buying the rare stuff. I've mentioned before, I do own most of the, like the 60s sets, the 70s sets, and I don't have that much interest into starting a new set, but I thought it was about time I fixed some of my cards and got them replaced by newer ones or ones that look in better condition. But let's get back to something I want to show you. 3 cards, man. I'm really happy to show you these things. First off, the T206 Walter Johnson portrait. Man, look at this card. It just pops in a 1.5 holder. I'm going to just lift this up here because it's buy the card, not the grade. This very easily looks like a 3 or a 4. The white borders, just the registration, the color, just fantastic. This was an auction house win, but it is in a 1.5. It does have a crease that it doesn't stand out. You kind of have to turn the card one direction or the other to see it. And I've had opportunities, obviously, to buy this card over the years. It is a little more expensive now than it was a few years ago, but just a great example, a great card to pick up, his T206. I do prefer the portrait cards in the T206 set, and this is one I've always wanted. So that's the first one. The second one, I would call it painfully rare. And it's a 1911 baseball bats card. And there it is right there. And if you don't collect pre-war, or maybe even if you do collect pre-war, you don't see these things every day. This was cut off right off the back of the box. It was called Baseball Bats Penny Candy. It would come in, it was a 50 card set. And how we know now that it's a 50 card set, I don't know, because PSA total of all the 50 players in the set have only graded 4 or 5 of the players, the cards. This card, the Walter Johnson's never been graded by PSA. STC's only graded a couple of them. I wouldn't be surprised if we find other players in the set over the years, and that's kind of what it makes fun collecting, the pre-war cards. So it would come in a orange border and a red background, and also a white border and a gray background. I definitely prefer, if I pick one up, is the ones like this one to have the border intact. And just the color really pops on this particular card. It is blank back, as you can see. Again, 50 card set, cut off the back of the box, called Baseball Bats Penny Candy. The third one, the Grail card. Man, I'm fired up to show you this one. I'm just so happy to own it. And that's the 1922 American Caramel E121, E being it's a candy issue of the Babe Ruth here. Beautiful, beautiful card. God, man. A lot of these they're toned by after all the years here. This one, the borders are nice and teeth white. Well, pretty teeth white. It's you get 3 for the price of 1. You got the Ruth here, you got him here, and you got little Ruth down here. This one here, it's the Babe is under quotations. It would come with quotations and non-quotations. He has 3 cards in the set. This one, the montage. He also has one where he's holding a bird and one in which he's holding a ball. Of the 3, I prefer this one. 120 players to the set, as you can see here. These are not rare. I would say more scarce. These particular cards, the candy issue Ruth cards are, man, the prices have just skyrocketed on them. I think the Gowdy cards have pretty much flattened out price-wise because you can find them. Yeah, I can go on eBay right now if I had the funds and pick up, any in any grade pretty much his Gowdy cards, but these don't come up for auction every day. So just a great card of the Babe, and you get 3 for the price of 1. And this lastly, what was really cool about owning this card is I found out that Josh J. Stilemeyer once owned this card. I purchased this or won a bid, an auction house win, and I was on a live chat with him, and on the chat we had a conversation about the Babe, and come to find out, Josh once owned this card. And you do see cards that are recycled over the years, whether they're reholdered or they're resold, because these don't come up for auction every day. I have a Trish Speaker card was sold 2 or 3 times before I actually owned it. It was a Honey Boy Trish Speaker. Just so happy to have this one to add to the collection. And hey, thanks for watching. The hobby's been great to me, man. I'm just having so much fun. I'm starting to enjoy the chatting, the live chats. I love talking cards, pretty much talking to myself when it comes to cards at my house here. So it's cool to kind of start doing that. I hope you guys don't get tired of me doing that. I got to just enjoy talking with my friends in the hobby. Hey, thanks for watching. This is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Bye.